Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a hair video. It's been a minute since I've done a hair video and you guys always seem to really respond well when I do different types of hairstyles and post videos on those. Why I wanted to choose doing a hair video today is I always get so many questions regarding my hair. How is it so thick? How do you make it sit so well? How do you make it look like you have longer hair than what you really do? How do you apply hair extensions? What do you do? What do you use? All of those sort of things come into play when doing different hairstyles. I'm going to be honest, nobody looks the way that Instagram portrays us to look. If you are looking at somebody and wondering how the hell that they got their hair, please don't ever stop and think that people were naturally born with hair. I mean, there's probably like a small percentage of people who just have naturally gorgeous hair, but majority of the people like me use their best friends, which is hairsprays, bobby pins, hair extensions, and all of that sort of stuff. So today I wanted to share with you how I get a nice full fringe. As someone who has blonde hair, as you can see, this is my natural hair. This is me free of any hair extensions. I've literally got nothing in here today. Now, when I am wanting to wear my hair out and straight or curled, I always find that I have the worst problem with my fringe area. Now, I have been trying to grow my fringe out for the longest time, and it's just gotten to the point where I'm sick and tired of waiting for that to happen. So I took matters into my own hands and I actually cut some hair extensions and made myself a fringe for the length of my natural hairstyle. You don't actually have to do this if you really don't want to, but I always get so many questions like, wow, your fringe is so long, like it looks so thick. It's all fake, guys. Everything's fake, like nothing's real. So you can have it too. So if you are trying to grow out your fringe and are wanting a little bit more of a fuller section in that area there, I have just the trick to do it. If you want to learn how I get this from this, please just keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing that I would recommend is different types of products. The first thing that I wanted to share with you is my tools. So the most important tool that you're gonna need is your hair straightener. I actually have the GHD fat plated straightener. I've had this honestly for the longest time. It's no better or no worse than any other brand that I've ever used. It just so happens to be the one that I like and I have. I just feel like if you have thick hair like myself, the fat plate one seems to cover the areas a lot better than the thin plated ones do. A specialty hair extension brush. This one I actually got, sorry, it's a little bit dirty, but this one I got with some hair extensions. It's really good because the bristles aren't too wiry, so they're not going to rip your hair extensions out of the weft, which is exactly what you want. It's just really good just for pre-extensions and when you do have them in as well. Then also our clips. So I've got a slide clip and a butterfly clip. I feel like you really need to make sure you've got these two because it depends on what you're doing. Sometimes you need the butterfly clip to sort of like hold that bit of extra stronger hair, and then a sectioning comb. This allows you to have really nice clean sections, so when you are doing extensions, whether it is a fringe extension or it's just your normal hair extensions, my biggest thing that I recommend you to do is use a sectioning comb. The cleaner your area is, the easier that it's going to be to work with, so always try and use one of these just to make your life that little bit easier. Okay, and then you're going to be needing a hairspray. This hairspray I have been using for a little while now. It's just from Priceline. It's not anything outrageous. This one is the SCHWARZKOPF Extra Care Hairstyling Superstyle Lacquer. It is a maximum hold, so this will be quite strong. And then the last two products are Shine Serum and Spray. So the serum that I use is the WELLA Oil Reflex in the light reflective oil and the SCHWARZKOPF Blonde Me Shine Enhancing Spray. Okay, and then last but not least is the hair extensions. So these extensions are my fringe extensions. I just buy normal packets of hair extensions and just usually take out 4 of the front sort of double clipped extensions. As you can see, these ones have like the 2 clips on them. So I just feel like having your extensions at the front of your hair, you don't want to have too many clips. It's just easier just to have the two so you can sort of see them. The back is thick enough, so you really don't need to thicken that up. I always shampoo my hair extensions in the same purple shampoo and conditioner that I use on my own hair, just so that it matches up properly. I always will place the hair extensions in my hair so that I know exactly where I am going to cut them, and then that way what I like to do is every single time I take my extensions out, I always put them on top as to where they go on the head. So then that way you kind of get to know, like when you have been doing this for a little while, like I pretty much know exactly where I need to start it and where the next one goes after. So I like to just find my part exactly where I want to have my hair. So taking my first section, I usually like to, here I get quite fine around there, so I don't really worry too much about this section, because if I went to start it here, the hair's so fine it will really slip out. What I'll do is I'll take ½ an inch up above that, so you can see that there is a section of hair that I'm going to be able to use and not necessarily worry also about the hair breakage. So once you have like made your decision on where you want to pop your extensions, I will just tie this up and clip it out of the way. Taking that inch section that we've just like pulled out from the top, I am going to really start to back comb this. This is what is going to make your extensions hang onto your hair. Teasing that right down to the root. Now don't really worry about it if your hair is sort of a little bit messy at the front here, because we're going to be able to get rid of that. So then that way, so as you can see, there is a section right there fully teased out of the way. Because my hair is so thick and coarse, I like to spray that. Spraying that just where the teasing is. Just wait a second for that to dry. We're just going to smooth out that front bit just really ever so lightly. So see how now just at that front area there, you really can't see that teasing. So now this is a total option for you. You don't necessarily have to do this. I really like to place a bobby pin over the top, over this teasing, just to sort of make sure that it's nice and secure. My hair isn't going to go anywhere, so then when I'm out, it's not going to slip around and move all over the place. What I will do is I'll just get like a little bobby pin, and I just like to sort of twist, not too much because we don't want it to be seen, and then place that in like so. And you can instantly feel, it's really good too because it just kind of gives your face like a little bit of a pullback, so you kind of feel like you're getting a facelift as well. Out of that pile that I've used, I'm going to take the lower extension, which is the first one that I'm going to apply. I just like to sort of lightly get my hair extension brush and just brush that over, and if I need to go over it with the straightener just to sort of smooth it out a little bit, I will. Probably about an inch back from my hairline, I'm going to use that teasing as a cushion, and I'm going to apply my first clip. So see how it's a little bit further back from my hairline, so when I've got my hair out, you aren't going to see it. Clip that second bit in. So then see how that just sort of sits over the top. Already, see what I mean? How that just thickens up that area. Now, this is such a dramatic thing to do if you aren't really interested in doing something like this. This probably is not the video for you. But if you are interested in doing different hairstyles and utilizing hair extensions to be able to give you a little bit of extra thickness, this video is going to literally change your life. Like, once I started doing, like, obviously I didn't invent this, but once I started playing around and I started applying hair extensions to use as a way to sort of like create different hairstyles, and the fact that people generally never know that I've got hair extensions in until they put their hand on my head, or if I actually say so, they're like, that's hair extensions? And I'm like, yeah, babe, that's hair extensions. Like, so I think that it's a really cool way to sort of like get you through like that fringe growing out, or, you know, that chemical haircut that you had because you wanted to go Khaleesi blonde and you knew that it wasn't going to last forever. It's a great way to sort of get you from A to B of hairstyles while you're trying to going out the last. So once we have done that one, we are going to start doing the next 3. So as you can sort of see, it's a pretty easy step to do, but we're going to actually do this another 3 times. So I'm just going to sort of fast forward the next couple so that you can see that I'm doing the similar sort of thing. This time I'm going to probably do a little bit thicker. I like to do my extensions on an angle. As you can see, it just blends them a little bit better and doesn't make it look like so much a blunt style. Okay, so like I said, it's the same principle. A little bit more than an inch back from the hairline. And you can see that there is a little piece of hair right there. That is what we are going to create our quiff with. So that's what's going to blend the hair. But as you can see, just by having 2 clipped extensions, it just really makes your life a lot easier, and you're not having to fight with the rest of your hair to sort of try and get it into the right area. But as you can see, it's blending in really nicely. So we're just going to keep going. Even if you've got shorter bits like I do and how it just kind of sticks up a little bit, that's okay, because the next hair piece is going to cover it anyway. So once we have done this hairstyle, then we're going to actually straighten the whole thing. So it's going to sit a lot nicer again. Then onto the last piece. Now this bit I always find I like to play around a little bit more with. If you've got like a shorter top section like I do, the last thing you want is to have like that bit flopping around, because that just will look so ugly, and it will probably, no one else will notice it but you. I hate that. So what I like to do is brush it over, and then I will grab my tail comb and just kind of pick that back up again. This section I like to do kind of not too thick, because you still want to be able to have your piece come and cover it. So I will leave like probably about an inch to put over the top, and then I like to just really pin that away because I don't want to get rid of that. So again, it's the same sort of issue, but this bit here we really need to make sure that it is pinned back well, and it's also combed and brushed nicely so that you don't see it. So really just tease this bit, get that real back combing into it, spray that, and just let that sit for a second. Ready? See what I mean? How it just looks a lot fuller and just looks so much different. Okay, so I'm just going to back comb that just to sort of sit smoothly, so then when my hairpiece is put over the top, it's not going to be covered. So there's like a whole lot going on under here, but like it's so worth it. Last piece, just make sure you're brushing that out really well as well. It's so important to really do your sections out really well, because you want to be clean so that way you're not going to get all muddled up. Now you can start to sort of brush this back. I would get my tail comb really stickly at first and just kind of brush that real hair into the shorter sort of hair, and just sort of feel back here and make sure that that's all covered. My trick is always just to sort of spray this first before we go into the whole straightening and everything, just to sort of like really train that hair to sit. Now, once we are happy with everything and we're happy with where it's all sitting and all of that sort of jazz, we're just going to lightly brush out with our extensions just to sort of blend in those ends to everything else, and then I'm going to start going through and straightening it. So once you're happy with everything and it's sitting exactly the way where you want it to, grab your hairspray and just smooth out those flyaways. Make sure that your hair is sitting as flat as a Kardashian's, and really just focus mainly around that front area, just in case if there is any smaller sort of little hairs, you just really want to just sort of flatten that down with the hairspray. Always don't forget the other side. You don't want to have one side looking nice and one side looking ratchet. So then once you are done with that and combing it into position, I like to just grab my shine spray. I don't like the serums because you have to rub it in. This one's really good because you can just spray it in and it makes your hair feel amazing. And it just kind of just blends those two real hair and hair extensions in together. Now, I don't know if you can tell the difference, but I certainly can. I just feel like my whole hair is so renewed. I also feel like I have a bit of a facelift because it is pulling everything back. But I just love the fact that I've gained, you know, 6 to 7 inches of my front of my hair and it's all looking so symmetrical. So if you are looking to build a fringe, this is the best way that I have worked out to do it. It is so easy, it's so quick, it's so simple. Once you have the right tools and you know what you're doing, you'll have no problem being able to build yourself your own fringe and hide the fact that you're trying to grow one out or you have had a chemical haircut, which 90% of us blondes have had at some point. So if you enjoyed this type of video and you like to learn some tips and tricks on how to create hairstyles with hair extensions, please make sure you give this video a massive thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed to my online family, please make sure you do. There is a red bell button right down below that you can be notified every single time I post a video. So if you want to come past and say hello over to me on any of my social media accounts, they are all listed down below. I love it when you guys do. But until next time, guys, enjoy your new built fringe. I know I definitely have. It has changed my life and it is definitely something that I literally can't live without. So please show some love and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.